Hello my students, welcome to my channel, welcome to my today's topic. Today our topic is word processing intermediate. Okay, so we know that one simple example of word processing software is MS Word. Okay, so now we are dealing with Microsoft Word 2010. So Microsoft Word 2010 or MS Word 2010 is a word processor which is used to create and edit textual documents. Okay, the main element of a document is text. Therefore, it is essential to know how to work with the text in a document. In MS Word, we can format the text and paragraph that make a document more attractive and professional looking. MS Word provides several ways to enhance and control the appearance of the text in a document. Okay, so in MS Word, we can format the text as bold, italic, and underline. We can further change the font style, font size, font color of the text. Okay, also we can format the paragraph by specifying space between the lines and paragraphs, as well as by setting indentation. Okay, and also facilitates us to add graphical objects in a document to enhance the appearance of the document. Okay, so it is the basic introduction of the MS Word 2010. Okay, now at first we will learn how to modify a layout of a paragraph. What is a paragraph? We have to know first. A paragraph is a collection of sentences. Okay, so which is formed from words and characters. By default, the paragraph we write in the document does not have any formatting. So in paragraph format, we can break the lengthy text into multiple sentences. In this way, the reader can understand the content more easily. Okay, so we can modify the layout of the paragraph by setting the lines and paragraphs spacing in the text. Besides besides setting space, we can also modify the layout of the paragraph by setting paragraph indentation and setting tabs. Okay, so at first we'll learn setting line and paragraph spacing. So what is line spacing and paragraph spacing? First we have to learn. Line spacing refers to the space between two or more selected lines in a document. Okay, and paragraph spacing refers to the space between two or more selected paragraphs in a document. Okay, document with increased line spacing provides more readability but consumes more space. Okay, so alternatively, reduced line spacing saves space in a document but decreases readability of the document. Therefore, we have to specify the optimum line spacing in a document so that we can read the contents properly and utilize the space efficiently. Learn how to set line and paragraph spacing. We can set the line and paragraph spacing from the paragraph dialog box as shown in this figure. So we can access this dialog box by clicking the paragraph dialog box launcher under the paragraph group of the home tab. Okay, next is the setting indent for paragraph. Indentation refers to the space between the text and the page margins. Okay, so setting indent for a paragraph means setting left and right margins of the paragraph or text. So different types of indentations are available. One is left, then right, then first line and hanging. Left specifies the left indent, right specifies right indent, first line indentation specifies the first line indent, and hanging indent keeps the text a little inward from the text first text line. Okay, here is the figure that shows the right left first line and hanging indentation. Now we will be discussing about the setting tab. The tab key is used to insert the white space between characters and words, we know. So for single character space we can use the spacebar. However, for white space more than one character space we can use this tab key. We can set the tabs from the tabs dialog box as shown here in this figure. We can access this dialog box by clicking the tabs button on the paragraph dialog box. Okay. Next is inserting header in a document. So at first we have to know that what is header. Header is a section that appears at the top of every page between the top margin and the first line of the text. Okay. So any text or graphic that we insert in a header appears at the top of every page in the document. A typical header includes the document's title, author name, and dates of creation and modification of document. Okay. So we can also insert the pictures in the header, which is helpful when we add any logo in the document. We can also insert the clippers and date and time in the header. We can insert a header in the document by clicking the header button under the header and footer group of the insert tab to insert a header. Okay, so here is the figure. You can insert a header in the document by clicking the header button. Okay, under the header and footer group of the insert tab. Okay, now select the desired header design from the gallery as shown here. Okay. Now we'll be learning about inserting a footer in a document. So what is a footer? Footer is a section that appears at the bottom of a page. Okay, so a footer usually includes the page number and document name. We can insert a footer in the document by clicking the footer button under the header and footer group of the insert tab. Okay, got it? Now select the desired footer style or design from the gallery as shown in given figure. Okay, next one is working with styles. Okay, so style refers to a set of formatting comments such as font style, bold, underline and text color. With the help of styles, we need not go through different comment sets and dialog boxes to get the desired look of the text. Okay, to apply a style, we need to just select the appropriate style. In this way, styles save a lot of time, effort to make the text in a document more attractive and eye-catching. Okay, though MS Word 2010 provides several predefined styles and style sets, we can also create our own styles. Okay, so here are the examples of built-in style. In MS Word 2010, there are some predefined styles. The availability of the styles depend on the template on which the document is based. Okay, so for example, here with the blank template, you have styles such as normal, heading 1, heading 2, title and strong. We can apply styles from the quick style gallery on the styles text pane. Okay, here is the quick style. Okay, you can access the built-in style by clicking the more button under the styles group of the home tab. Okay, and then select the style from the quick style gallery as shown here in this figure. Now we will learn how to create a new style. We can create a new style by using the create new style from formatting dialog box as shown in the figure. We can access this dialog box by selecting the save selection as a new quick style option from the quick style gallery. Okay, next is modifying a style. Also, we can modify the style by changing the different formatting attributes in the modify style dialog box as shown in this figure. We can access the dialog box by right clicking the desired style and select the modify option. Now we'll learn how to change predefined style set, color and font. To change the predefined style set, color and font of the paragraph or text, we need to first select it and then click the change style button under the styles group of the home tab. Okay, as we click the change style button, a drop down list appears. The drop down list contains several options as shown in the figure. The description of these options, like number 1 is style set. Style set refers to the style that gives the facility to format all the elements such as title, heading and text by specifying the font type, font size, font color, paragraph spacing and indentation. In other words, we can say that the style set is the combination of title, heading and paragraph styles. Next one is colors. It gives the facility to change the color style of the document. Next is fonts. It gives the facility to change the font style of the document. And at last, paragraph spacing, that gives the facility to change the paragraph spacing of the document. Okay, we will learn how to create a document based on template. So every document in MS Word 2010 is based on template. Template offers sets of different predefined visual elements that we can later customize according to our requirements. A template is the basic structure to create a document easily and quickly. Okay, so MS Word 2010 provides a wide range of templates with various layouts, fonts, styles and colors. So now if you want to use templates, we can use these templates which are already installed in the computer or available as sample templates in MS Word 2010 to work quickly and effectively. With the help of sample templates, we can save a lot of time and effort while creating professional looking documents. Okay, so we can create a document using the install template by selecting file and then new, and then select the new file and new, and then select the desired template as shown in this figure. Okay, got it? Several times you do not find a suitable install template. In such case, you can search more templates on the Microsoft website with the help of an internet connection. The Microsoft website provides numerous online templates that we can download free of cost and use them to create documents. Also, we can create a document using online template by selecting file, then new, and then select the desired templates from the office.com template section as given in the figure. Okay, got it? Now creating our own template. In MS Word 2010, we can also create our own Word template which can be used for creating a new document. Okay, so we can create a template of a document by saving it in the Word template. Note that if you save the template in the templates folder, then we can see the template in the My Templates category. This category can be accessed by clicking File and then New option. Okay. Now the session 6, working with page breaks and section breaks. Sometimes after writing few lines of text on a page, we want to start with the new page. In such a case, we can insert a page break after the text. However, if we want different portion of a document to have different formatting, margins and page size, we can insert section breaks. Okay. So at first we will be learning how to insert a page break. A page break refers to a part in the document that separates two consecutive pages. We can insert a page break anywhere in the document. We can also add new pages in the document by inserting page breaks. Okay, so we can insert a page break in a document by clicking the breaks button under the page setup group of the page layout tab as shown in the figure. Also, we can press the Ctrl plus Enter keys from the keyboard to quickly insert a page break in the document. Okay. Now we'll be learning about the section break. A Word document mostly consists of more than one page. In most cases, all the pages of a document have the same formatting, margin, size, orientation and number of columns. If we want different portion of a document to have different formatting margins or pages, or we can divide the documents into many sections by inserting section breaks. We can insert a section break in a document by clicking the breaks button under the page setup group of the page layout tab as shown here. Okay, now the last part is applying text formatting. Text formatting refers to the appearance and arrangement of the text in a document. We can apply formatting to a single character, a word, a line or an entire paragraph. The text formatting includes basic formatting operations such as changing the font size of the text, making the text bold or italic, applying strike through, subscript, superscript to the text, changing the color of the text, highlighting the text, and copying and clearing the formatting. Now, at first changing the font and font size of the text. Okay, suppose we want to make our document appear more eye-catching and presentable. In such cases, we can change the font and the font size to enhance the appearance and make it easily readable. There are several fonts and font size that we select to apply a particular text. We can change the font spaces by clicking the down arrow of the font combo box under the font group of the home tab, and then select the desired font face from the drop down list as shown here. Okay, now changing the font and font size of the text. We can also change the font size by clicking the down arrow of the font size combo box under the font group of the home tab, and then select the desired font size from the drop down list. We can increase the font size by pressing Ctrl and third bracket as well as Ctrl and greater than keys in combination, and decrease the font size by pressing Ctrl and third bracket as well as Ctrl and less than keys in combination. We can increase the font size by clicking the grow font button under the font group of the home tab, and decrease the font size by clicking the shrink font button under the font group of the home tab. Okay, now if you want to give more importance to a text, character or line, we can do this by making them bold, italic, underline, thereby enhancing the appearance of the document. There are 4 font styles available in the MS Word application mentioned as follows. Number 1 is regular, that denotes an absence of any font style. Then italic, it emphasizes the selected text by making it slightly bent, that is forward inclined. Next, bold, that makes the text strong or thick so that it draws attention. And then underline, it draws an underline beneath the text. Now to apply a font style to the text, we need to select first the text and then use one of the techniques. Number 1 is home tab, keyboard or font dialog box. Okay, now changing font style. Besides changing the font style and font size and applying text effects to the text in a document, we can also change the color of the text. We can change the color of the text by clicking the down arrow of the font color button under the font group of the home tab, and then select the desired font color from the drop down list as shown in this figure. And also to highlight the text, okay, suppose you want to readers to focus more on a certain text. In such a case, you can emphasize on some section of the text in a document by highlighting it with a particular color. You can highlight the text by clicking the down arrow of the text highlight button color button under the font group of the home tab, and then select the desired color, okay, from the drop down list as shown in this figure. Okay.